What's good, y'all? Welcome to my thoughts and opinions on the new trailer that dropped at Star Wars Celebration for Episode 9, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I'm thinking it's like Episode 8 or something, but... So first off, overall, fucking love this trailer, man. This trailer is fucking amazing. You guys already know what I thought about the trailer. Got my reactions already up on the channel, so go check that out. I'll leave an eye up in the iCards above if you guys want to go check that out first before you come back here and watch me just discuss it, analyze it a little bit, and just overall give you guys what I think of Star Wars Episode 9. So first off, the panel itself was pretty good. I watched it. When I woke up, it was already starting, so I just kind of watched it. Also, one thing, I found some new stuff up on Twitter, that apparently that the series, actually, after Episode 9, the series is going to go on break. The series is going to be a bit of a Star Wars hiatus for the movies. After Episode 9, they're going to go on hiatus for the which doesn't surprise me, because apparently, actually, after they were originally, they were straight up going to plan to do like what the MCU doing, is release 2 Star Wars movies a year after Solo. But since Solo didn't do so well, which I don't think that should have been like, Disney should not have looked at Solo like, oh man, movie didn't do so well, so we should cut that plan, because it was sandwiched right after The Last Jedi, with all the controversy with The Last Jedi. I wouldn't say that was a good idea. Would I be game for 2 Star Wars movies a year? Hell fucking yes! I would love to see 2 Star Wars movies a year. That's more Star Wars for me! I love me some Star Wars. Give me more Star Wars, man! I don't think I'll ever get fatigued of Star Wars. I mean, if I watch 3 MCU movies a year for like the past, since like 2016, then I can take 2 Star Wars movies a year. Anyway, so enough of that. Anything else? Any other major news dropped? I might be missing some stuff, because the panel was pretty long. Yeah, there's nothing really. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Now we saw a lot of new stuff that at the panel. We saw some screenshots from the movie. Some of the cast member stuff. We saw BB-8, but we also see the new droid. The droid that was also in the poster, and it seems like with everything that's been on that poster, and what we saw in the trailer, and there's also what we seen with the screenshots, it looks like that poster was actually legit. So which is good. So I didn't fall for bait, hook, line, sinker. Anyway, and the droid's name is, and I shit you not.
But it was Dio.
Yes, I shit you not. The droid's name is legit Dio. I LOL'd, obviously. I was like, oh my god, where's my JoJo faithful? Where's the JoJo faithful in the crowd? Come on, make some noise over here. I'm sorry, I was like, wait, what? His name is Dio? Well, somebody at Lucasfilms is a JoJo fan, apparently. Yeah. Also, I'm trying now. There was anything new. The girl that the new black female character also showed him on the stage, and of course everyone's asking like, "Are you Lando's daughter?" And I love how she's like, "Well, you see, Lando is a very." She says all like, "Well, Lando is a very charismatic individual. Has probably gotten around a lot." And that's all I'm gonna say. Like she says that Lando's probably gotten with a lot of women. So me personally, I'm gonna take that as a yes that she is Lando's daughter. Because she didn't straight up say no. So I'm going to assume that she is Lando's daughter. It wouldn't surprise me if she is. It would make sense. So for me personally, I'm going to assume she is indeed Lando's daughter. Also, we found that Princess Leia had a daughter, and her name is Billy. Yeah, I did not know that. And apparently, she's also going to be in in Episode 9 as well. When they were talking about Carrie Fisher, when they said about Carrie Fisher was actually pretty interesting, because JJ said, because it's like we didn't know what we were going to do with Carrie, because we can't recast her, obviously, and you can't have her disappear. Which I mean, that you could work. You could just have it be a time skip. She just dies off screen, like she just dies by like maybe Kylo managed to get his hands on her, and they ended up killing her that way. I don't know. You could have done something like that. But he didn't want to do that, and he said CGI was off the table. They didn't even think about even entertain that idea. They were never going to use CGI, which I could definitely say was a pretty interesting decision, because they very easily could just use CGI like they did with what was like Tarkin was his name in Rogue One. But they decided not to do that. We're not going to use CGI for Carrie, which I can understand. They probably won't. You guys get what I mean. So yeah, so they found that we had a bunch of deleted scenes from Episode 7 from Force Awakens that we didn't use, so we just thought, let's use those. Now, I'm curious how they managed to intermingle these. And one thing I'm definitely gonna be curious about is I hope they talk about the stuff in the Blu-ray when the Blu-ray drops, with how they managed to do all these Carrie Fisher scenes, how they managed to put them back in the movie. Because there's this one part in the trailer, which I'll talk more about that when we get to the actual trailer, a breakdown or analysis, what I think of it. A little bit later, because I'm curious, was that, I'm sure some of it they probably used a body double when Carrie's face wasn't there. I'm assuming they probably did use a body double maybe here and there for shots where you just see the back of Carrie's head. But most of the time they probably use green screens and CGI to make sure Carrie, with Carrie putting the scenes. I don't know. I'm definitely going to be, the most interesting part for me, at least, for episode 9, just to see how they managed to fit Carrie Fisher in there. That's like the one thing I'm the most curious about, is just how they did that. But yeah, also I gotta say, my man Lando looking good, man. Like when the dude came out there, he got his cane, rocking his nice suit, that tie he was rocking. Whoa, this man was looking good. Although I will lie, that tie looks like a Whopper bag. Look, it's the exact same colors Burger King uses for their bags. I don't know, I found it that way. But man, that man was looking fresh, I have to say. Yeah. So that's all I gotta say with little stuff that we saw with the panel and stuff. There was no new announcements for any new anthology movies, so still no word if we're gonna get Boba Fett or an Obi-Wan movie. For the love of God, give me either or both, please. Anyway. So with all that being said, let's actually discuss the trailer stuff. Now, I got the trailer right here in front of me, and I'm going to be kind of watching it or just skimming through it. And I'll tell you guys my thoughts, opinions on certain stuff of it as we go along. So, hold up. So we start with Rey, which we also see that Luke. We have some new narration from Luke saying, that 1,000 generations of Jedi flow through you. Which, of course, I'm sure it's gonna piss off all the Rey haters. Like, oh my God, she has all these Jedi, and they're like, ugh. Me personally, I've always liked Rey. I always liked Rey myself. Also, with her lightsaber, it looks like it's a little unstable. A little bit, I've kind of had to look at this a couple times, and it looks like the lightsabers, because it got split in half at the end of The Last Jedi, but it looks relatively fine. I'm trying to look at it. I think it looks a little unstable, it's a little shaky, but it looks like it's almost completely fine. It didn't get split in half. I don't know. Maybe Rey's just that good with repairs, because we know she was a mechanic. That's what she was doing while she was at Jakku. So maybe she found a new crystal while she was out there repairing the thing, and she probably switched them. I don't know, whatever the case may be, the lightsaber is back and it's fixed. I can't tell if it's unstable or not. I used to look at, and when I first looked at the trailer a couple times, it did look a little unstable, but now that I'm looking at it again here, it looks completely fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Tell me if you guys think it looks a little unstable or not. It definitely doesn't look anywhere near where Kylo is. And we see her getting chased down by this, a TIE fighter, which I think this is Kylo's TIE fighter, and this scene right here was fucking awesome, and she just, runs towards it, she just jumps over it, this stuff was fucking cool, man, I love that. And also this scene, oh my God, do I fucking love Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is getting more and more badass with each and every movie he is in. You guys know I loved him in Episode 7. I know a lot of people didn't like him. Even my dad said he wasn't a fan of Kylo in Episode 7. But when The Last Jedi came out, yeah, he was sold on Kylo. And here in Episode 9, he's even more badass. This man now using his crossguard a lot more effective. Then he goes right to this guy and just stabs him with a crossguard and slams into the fucking ground, man. That shit was fucking awesome. I can't wait to see my man Kylo Ren. And he got his helmet back too. Thank the Lords! If there was one thing I did not like about The Last Jedi, I did not like he smashed his helmet, man. I love the helmet. So thank God it's back, and it looks really cool. From the little bits of it we can get to see from it here, as well as we saw from the poster, from the leaked poster a while ago, it looks fucking badass. I like the red going through it. It looks really, really cool. And I'm so happy to see. Which also, apparently, this thing, from another theory video I saw from Star Wars Theory, this could actually be made out of Kyber, and if it is made out of Kyber, apparently it means you have a stronger connection to it. I think through the Force with Kyber. I don't know how that works. I'm not that in depth with Star Wars EU, but that's something that's a little nice, little interesting thing if that's actually the case. Okay, we got Finn and Poe, BB-8 and the new droid Dio. Then and also, I was actually watching Star Wars Celebration. I kept watching Star Wars Celebration after the panel was over. Just kept watching it. Actually, someone there when they were telling the trailer said how someone's like JJ's a fan of Mad Max Fury Road with his desert thing, which I won't lie. This looks like a mixture between the pod racing stuff from episode 1 and Mad Max Fury Road. You guys know I love pod racing and I love Mad Max Fury Road, so this is awesome for me. I can't wait to see more of this. And then we have Princess Leia looking at the same. And I'm assuming this is Han Solo's little medal he got at the end of A New Hope. But that's the case. Oh man, Carrie Fisher, man. Oh man, seeing her again, man. That was a little emotional. You can hear that in the crowd too, man. It was emotional there, and seeing Carrie again, man. I have to say, like, if I didn't know Carrie was dead, I would have thought she was in the movie. Like, you can't even tell that she wasn't even supposed to be there. Like, god damn, Disney, share your CGI technology with the rest of the world, please. Stop honking this all to yourselves. Anyway, so, and also raised crime, which I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually Daisy crying in that scene, because, she's reuniting with Leia, like, and that's pretty much the fans, too. They're all like, Carrie, oh man. And then we get to the end of the trail. We get the interesting part where Luke says, "Nobody is truly God." Before we hear Darth, jeez, like haunted Kegger, and we also see in the distance there's this water. We see a piece of the Death Star, which I didn't pick up on this at first. I had to watch some video before I found like, oh, that was actually part of the Death Star. So we see that, and then we get the title, "The Rise of the Skywalker." Now, I'm sure at first, all of us thought, like, okay, at first I thought this was going to confirm that Race Patch was going to get retconned by JJ, which also, Ryan Johnson himself actually came out and said that, hey, he's completely cool with J.J. Abrams retconning that, Rey is like Luke's daughter or something, which, hey, I respect him. He's like, yeah, man, I know people didn't like it, so, and plus, he says he wants to be back being a Star Wars fan. He wants to go to the theater and be surprised, which is me. That's why I love The Last Jedi so much, because of how shocking it was, because how much it destroyed my expectations and, did everything, which I can definitely see Episode 9, which I'm going to get some theories a little bit here. But if from what I've heard of Episode 9 is true, and from what JJ said about how this is going to bring together all three of the trilogies, all three of them together, I think this could end up being topping The Last Jedi as my favorite Star Wars, because we'll finally get to see the prequels finally get some respect in the movie, because, the prequels have always kind of been on the sidelines, the prequels never got much respect. They've always kind of been, shitting on it. So finally someone showing some respect to the prequels, what I grew up with, is a nice touch there. So thank you there, Mr. Abrams. So anyway, the title itself. The Rise of Skywalker. Now, at first, like I said, I thought it might have been that, that Rey was actually going to be Luke's daughter or be somewhat related to the Skywalker family. Whether she's actually Leia's daughter, which a weird part of me wants that to happen, to where she's either Luke's daughter or maybe she's Han's daughter, because then all those Reylo shippers will finally shut the fuck up, because then it'll be an incest relationship, but they probably like, oh god, it's incest, no, I unship this, but knowing the internet, they'll ship it twice as hard because it's incest, knowing the internet. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 on that one. Anyway, but apparently Skywalkers isn't just about the Skywalker family, like, Anakin, Luke, Leia, all those guys. Apparently, it's just how Force users in general are called. Because I actually found this out through IGN. They did a video, they released a video today, a little bit after the trailer, where they talk about what the Skywalker names means more now. And because of this new Thrawn book that came out recently, Skywalkers are actually are another word for use for Force users, because apparently, when people would have to go into using hyperspace, they would need someone who's a Force user to go through it, so they wouldn't have to worry about like Novas and stuff. So Skywalkers are also meant for just straight up Force users. So it being called the Rise of Skywalker, if you could say it's maybe the rise of the Force, or maybe the rise of the light side of the Force, maybe like Revenge of the Sith, but in reverse. I don't know if we'll get like an Order 66 scene in reverse, but it's an interesting way to look at it, and it could end up being that, like, Rey is a Force user, and this could be the rise of the light side of the Force, coming up after, and taking down, Kylo Ren and the Force Order, everything, and being, the rise of the light side of the Force. It could be that, or it could just be that Rey is Luke's daughter, and, that's it. I don't know. This definitely some alternate means you can look at it through Rise of Skywalker. It's definitely very interesting, and I'm definitely looking forward to see where they could go with this. Now, let me talk about Darth Sidious, because right after we heard the cackle and everything happened, Ian McDiarmid, that's how you say his last name, actually showed us, and man, did that man look happy to be there? You could just see the look on his face. He was just he was just taking it all in, the cheers from the crowd, and he was just sitting there, man, with his massive smile on his face. And when he put the mic up to his face, the crowd got louder, and he just put it back down. And it was a great moment. He says, "Roll it again." I'm sure everyone was like, "Yes, sir. Yes, yes, Emperor Palpatine, sir." So what? Now let me talk about Darth Sidious, because I got some interesting stuff about this one. What could this mean? Now, as Luke said, nobody's truly God. So could it be that even Darth Sidious may return as a Force ghost? Because I'm assuming, because as we know, Luke is in the movie. I'm still hoping it's just as a Force ghost, because I don't want that to get retconned too, because I like the finality of his death in The Last Jedi. That was one of my favorite parts of The Last Jedi, was Luke's death and that whole fight with Kylo, man. That fight was fucking awesome. Anyway, so I think this could mean that also the dark side user could also return, so we might see Darth Sidious return as a Force ghost, and maybe he might end up helping out Kylo Ren later on in the movie. Maybe he even gives him some of his powers, and then he's like, maybe he has some expert Force lightning or something. I don't know. I swear, if Kylo starts using Force lightning, I'm going to lose my shit in the theater, man. It's gonna be fucking crazy, man. Oh man, I can't wait to see her, man. I'm so excited for episode 9, man. Anyway. So, okay. Let me get back to... So, now, I have some interesting theories about this one. Number one, we see this piece of the Death Star on this ocean, and as Luke said, no one is truly dead. In case you guys did not know, Palpatine's band, which isn't completely out of the realm of possibilities, because in case you guys did not know, back in the original EU, which as we know now is now considered Legends, Darth Sidious actually came back through cloning. He did some clones, he came back through clones. And we know, apparently in like some novels or something, before the Phantom Menace, Palpatine started up a laboratory in Jakku that's heavily guarded and everything. So, what could this mean? I have the sneaking suspicion, and I'm going to get into some Snoke theories here. Yes, I know Snoke. So, what if Snoke was actually an imperfect clone by Emperor Palpatine, but since he was too busy with other stuff, Snoke either got away or just let him live, and he took over to become the First Order. And of course, since he died. Could it mean that Snoke might have been an imperfect clone, and was either in that laboratory on Jakku, or maybe perhaps in that piece of the Death Star, is actually a perfect Sidious clone? Exactly like Sidious, maybe even has his body, maybe he looks exactly like Ian McDiarmid, which I hope that's the case, because I would love to see Emperor Palpatine back, man. That would be so awesome. He has his voice, same Force power, same everything, and maybe he even has his, and Darth Sidious through like the Force or something, puts his conscience inside that clone and takes it over. What if that's the case? Because I know there's a new villain, because I know there's a villain in Episode 9, besides Kylo, that I've seen a couple pictures of him. I'm not going to link anything or tell you guys what he looks like or anything. I'm going to say I've seen him now. Granted, I don't know if that's true or not. That could very well just be like, speculation. That could just be false stuff, but that could be a case. What if there's actually in either that piece of the Death Star or in that laboratory in Jakku is actually a perfect Sidious clone just waiting for Rey, Finn, and the others? Interesting stuff, guys. I'm looking forward to that. That is something I'm very interesting looking forward to, and I would love to see it, because, man, seeing this trailer just invigorates my Star Wars fan, because, I won't lie, I wasn't really all that big into Episode 9 before, all this stuff came out. I was like, I was excited for it, don't get me wrong, but just like everyone else, I wasn't like everyone else where I'm like, oh, fuck Star Wars, I don't like Star Wars, I'm dead with Star Wars, because, Solo wasn't doing me any favors. I ended up really liking Solo, but it didn't really tickle that Star Wars fancy in me. That didn't get me like The Last Jedi did. So with all this news, and so all this new stuff from Episode 9 coming out, It's great, and oh man, it's so good that we have Star Wars back, man. I can't wait to see Episode 9. It's going to be crazy, guys, and yeah, so crazy. So if you made it all the way to the end of this 20-minute long video, guys, tell me what your thoughts are down below. What did you think of the trailer? What are some possible theories you have either about the title or what you think is going to happen in the movie? I personally, I got my theories, but I'm not going to I'm not like some people where I'm going to it must be like this, otherwise the movie sucks. Like, what happened with The Last Jedi and everyone hated it because, oh, Snoke is dead and, everything. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. You guys already know my thoughts on The Last Jedi. I made my points on The Last Jedi very clear. So anyway, guys, so tell me all your thoughts down below about the trailer, the title, everything you guys have to say about it, all down below, guys. And as always, guys, so hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Flickr. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.